Hi, this is Liz from Liz's Paper Loft, and I'm going to show you how to take this plain sign or board that I've already painted and how I'm going to turn it into a family rules sign. And I have seen a couple of these, so I just fell in love with it and I thought I can make that, and now I'm going to show you how easy it is. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get my vinyl ready and show you how I cut it all out. Alright? Okay, now that I've cut the whole thing out, I'm going to pick all the backing, the part that you want to throw away. I'm going to pick, oops, let's see, yeah. I'm going to pull all that off carefully. So I'm just have all my letters, but I have to do it kind of carefully so they don't, oops, it's kind of hard to see. Do it this way. Is that better for you? Maybe. I don't know. I know it's better for me. So I'm going to spend some time picking all this off. Okay, so I've picked all the negative part off, and now this, oh, as you can see, enjoy today. Well, that's when I was having a little bit of trouble that you could see me taking it off. So I had already cut it out in paper also to make sure I liked the placement of the vinyl before I cut it out in vinyl, because I only had one large sheet of vinyl left. So I just used some repositionable adhesive on the back so it will stick to here, and now I'm going to put some transfer tape over the whole thing. Just peel it off, and here, I'll do it right here. You peel it so starts like this. Probably best to maybe roll it the other way too. You can't really mess with this stuff up because it's just to keep your letters in place. So, okay, so probably it's going to roll a little bit easier now. Okay, so you start it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start at the top and roll it down. Well, you can see what I'm doing is I'm putting it on here, and it really doesn't matter if this part's wrinkled or not, because when you you're just using it to hold up all the pieces together, because this is how it is going to be on the sign. Okay, so now we're going to take the vinyl and then we're going to put it onto the sign. So first we have to peel it off and make sure it comes off now that we've burnished. And if it doesn't come off, just go ahead and push it back down and burnish it a little bit more. Because you got to make sure all of that comes off with it. And actually, it might be a little bit easier if I actually pull it off of this first, the mat first. That's what we're going to do. Whoops. Maybe not. Oh. So we have a little bit of it sticking. We don't want to rip because that will be detrimental to the sign and to the letters. So uh-oh, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, let's burnish that down. Now, it might be a little bit easier now that I have it off the mat to pull the backing off of this. And it is easier if you go at an angle. And if you start to see it not sticking, just do that. Burnish it down again. Okay, so now I think what I'm going to do is start to put it on the board. Oops. Okay, so this isn't all the way coming off right now. They're not quite burnished yet. Where's my tweezers? Oh, there. I can pull that off a little bit without taking the whole thing off. Okay, sorry about that. My camera ran out of battery, so I had to charge it up. So while it was charging, I peeled the rest of it off, put it onto my sign, as you can see, and now I'm getting ready to burnish all the edges really good again. And you're thinking, what are you doing? That's all you keep doing is burnish edges. Well, you have to, and it's really important because once I pull this off, my letters are going to be there, but I'm going to be spray painting on top of the letters because I want the sign to be black with white letters. And I guess I could have done it where you just left the, painted my board black and then left the vinyl on, but I really wanted the whole thing just to be all paint, like the old subway signs, or from the European subway signs. So that's the look I'm going for, except it says Family Rules, and like I said, I got the idea from, I saw it on the Circle blog, but I also saw it on Pinterest. I saw it on Pinterest a long time ago, and then they just did it on the Circle blog, which is fine. So, that's where we get our ideas a lot of times. But they really didn't go through exactly how to do it, or a video, so I thought I would try to do a video. And since I'm getting used to doing videos, or trying to anyway, I thought it was a good opportunity. So, now, I think I have scratched on that enough. And let's see, we're going to pull this off and make sure all the letters stick. And when I was picking out, I don't know if you can see that, but when I was picking out some of the letters, I caught a few of the edges of the letters, so picking out the center. So when I spray paint, it's not going to be real crisp, but that's okay because it's supposed to look old and aged. And if the letters come off while you're peeling, just rub. And it's always easier to go at an angle. And I was trying that earlier, but it's such a big project that it's hard. Oops. Now, this is when I'm a little concerned about these paper letters because they could rip so easily. So, but everything looks like it's coming out fine. And some of these have little crinkles, but I think that's okay because I just think it's going to be fine. Whoops, that's not going to be fine. Need that A. So burnish a little bit more, and if the paper's too big, cut it off. That's always fine too. Whoa, my little K is not wanting to stay on. Now, what I'm a little concerned about is when I go to spray paint, how are these letters going to hold up from the pressure of the air, the spray? Because you don't want it to really seep underneath and get that, you want nice crisp lines. But you know how when you start to spray paint, how it all comes out in a little burst. So, and if you go to an angle, you might get it underneath the letters. So that's all going to be a little bit tricky, and I'm not going to do that on video. For one thing, it's outside. It's a really hot day today. First day of fall, and it's a really hot day. So, and again, this looks like it's getting too big for me to work with, so just chop it off. There we go. And I'm going to have to really rub these harder. And probably after I get all the transfer tape off, I'm really going to burnish them down again. But this time I have to be super careful not to scratch the ivory paint that I painted onto this board. Because as rustic as I want it, I don't want it to look real super rustic where there's scratch marks. Now, I'm not real crazy about the way that forgive looks. I don't know if you can see that. The letters are a little jumbled, but it's alright. We'll make it work. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and spray paint this and then come back and we'll finish this up. Okay, now that you can see, my board is black. So now the unveiling. What I did is after I put all the letters on there, or you saw, and I went and spray painted, and now we're going to do some unveiling of the letters. And we're going to carefully peel off the letters, and hopefully it will be all perfect. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. Okay, so I had a little bit of, oh, shoot. Had a little bit of mishap. I don't know if you can see that. It must have seeped under because of the spray paint. Let's show you. And, but I'm wondering if I can touch that up before I put the finish on there. So there might be some more of that on some of the other letters. And I think some of it's going to be okay because I can sand a little bit, and I think that it'll look cool because it'll look old and vintage. Okay, so now I have taken off all the letters, and now you can see all the words that have come through. And what I'm doing now is I'm going to sand a little bit of it because I want it to look a little bit rustic, and so it's not perfect. There we go. So that's my family rule sign. I don't know if you can go back, if I can get it back far enough, but you basically get the idea. I'll post a real picture too. Anyway, thanks for watching, and this is Liz from Liz's Paper Loft, and I hope you have a good night. Thanks. Bye-bye.